You owe us $15,000. We upgraded your fence and fixed your lawn.
You cut my dad's fence and stepped onto our land without permission?
Go ahead, send the invoice. You're not going to like what happens next.
They billed my dad $15,000 for landscaping improvements on his own property. So he shut down their entire $8.3 million estate in 6 days. Before I tell you what happened, comment where you're watching from. My dad is Robert Hayes, 61, a retired electrical engineer from Pacific Energy. He inherited 160 acres out in eastern Oregon. It's mostly open land, a small sheep farm, and a timber house my great-grandfather built back in 1947. He also built the original fence line by hand. Cedar posts, wire mesh, nothing fancy, but it's held up for decades. Next door sits the Whitmore compound. $8.3 million worth of glass walls, heated marble patios, perfectly trimmed lawns that look like a golf course. At night, their pool glows purple, while my dad's out there smelling wet grass and diesel. They don't talk. Tuesday morning, my dad's walking the property line, checking the grass near the fence because he's planning to mow and edge that whole stretch, and that's when he sees it. About 180 feet of his grandfather's fence is gone, replaced with a sleek glass barrier. Clean, frameless, about 10 feet tall, and the lawn on his side, already cut shorter than he would have ever done it, like someone crossed over and did it themselves. Zip tied to the gate is an envelope, thick paper, fancy, landscape enhancement services, $15,000. Payment due in 30 days. They billed my dad for cutting his fence line and mowing his land to improve their view. So he called his property lawyer. The lawyer told him to check something he hadn't thought about in years, utilities. He pulled county records, and that's when it got interesting. Every single service line feeding that mansion runs straight through his land. Electric, water, fiber, propane. Nearly a mile of it. No recorded easement. No paperwork. Just a handshake deal from decades ago. Legally. Those lines don't exist. Day 1, he hires a surveyor. Confirms the glass barrier sits 4 inches onto his property. Day 2, he sends certified notice. 72 hours to fix it, or he starts disconnecting access. Day 3. Marcus Whitmore finally calls. Says they'll handle it through attorneys. My dad tells him that perfectly manicured lawn won't look so good without power, water, or irrigation, then hangs up. Day 4. He brings in an excavation crew. They start exposing the electrical line feeding the entire estate. Within an hour, the lawyer calls. Day 5. They try to file an injunction. Judge sides with property rights. Denied. Day 6. Marcus shows up at the door. No attitude. Just quiet. Pale. My dad hands him a folder. 5-0. Year utility easement. $850,000. Annual maintenance. $24,000. Fence restoration using original cedar. $45,000. Lawn restoration and reseeding. $18,000. Legal fees. $18,000. Total. No sense stretse. 0. Or spend 2 years rerouting everything while living without power. He adds one more thing. They rebuild his grandfather's fence exactly the way it was, and they stay off his lawn. Day 10. The wire clears. $913,000. The glass wall comes down. A crew rebuilds the cedar fence. And for the first time in weeks, my dad mows that stretch of grass himself. The way it's supposed to be done. He framed that $15,000 invoice and hung it right above his coffee pot. Best landscaping bill he ever didn't pay. So tell me, what's the most entitled thing a neighbor has ever tried to do on your property?